All right, everybody, back in the hood. How are you? Welcome in, Cancerians. Let's see what's going on for you today. This is your mid September reading. What is happening for my Cancerians? Feel free to swap around the energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross watcher. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Sometimes the whole reading may not resonate for you, but something that comes through, some message that comes through may. So let's see where we're going for my friends, my Cancerian friends. Come on now. Oh, a change in the wind. Orphaned. What? Breathe. Flexible. I feel like somebody might have left you behind unexpectedly. A situation may have stopped without your consent or knowledge. You might have thought you were in the middle of something, and all of a sudden it was gone. Like a choice, you might have been offered a job, and all of a sudden the job was gone. You might have been offered a relationship, and that person just dropped out of your life, or something like that. And I feel like this is quite sudden. This is something that you did not expect. But I almost feel like it's an important message. Like, why didn't you expect it? Okay, why didn't you see this change coming? What was it about this change that, can you look at that a little bit? Like, if this is what's going on for you right now, I bet if you're honest with yourself, you could figure it out. Okay? Knight of Swords underneath. Page of Swords, Five of Wands, Two of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So some of you are dealing with a situation that you're not, I don't think you're seeing this clearly at all. I mean, we do look through the lens of our own experience. That's just part of being human, right? Cancer, that this is what something appeared to be. But there's something that was bubbling under the surface that I think you either didn't want to admit to yourself or you didn't want to see. This could be a relationship or a business deal, where you think it's yours for the taking. And I kind of feel like you're not taking everything into account. There's more here going on than meets the eye. All right, so let's see. Oh, it's your intuition. Intuition is playing a big role here. There's your card, Chariot, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, sudden, what the heck? Some kind of loss, some kind of person let go of you. I feel like you thought it was yours to make the decision. Like, I feel like someone offered you a job, and then when you went to say yes, they're like, oh, well, we gave that job to somebody else. Or somebody that you were dating or that you're starting a relationship with, and all of a sudden you reach out and they're like, oh yeah, I'm seeing somebody else. What? Why did you not see this coming? Star, Nine of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Look at all the fives here. Okay. Part of this is a misunderstanding of what this was about. I feel like you took something at face value. Okay, like you get offered a job, you think it's about the job, you think it's about your career path, but it's not really about that. It's about something else. And your intuition, we just had this full moon in Pisces. I'm doing this reading right during that full moon in Pisces. It's shining a light on stuff that maybe you hadn't, I don't know, that you don't want to see, or that that was an illusion. It's shining a light on something that you held as an illusion, but you held it as the truth, right? Not as an illusion. Sorry, not as an illusion. You held it as the truth. So it's like, taking things at face value instead of like looking deeper. You've got to look under the surface. That's the reason for this, is that You might be thinking that other people are also doing that. They're seeing things at face value, but they're not. There's somebody that you're dealing with, or you're stepping into a realm where you're dealing with people who see things, who see through bullshit. Okay? Who can see below the surface, who are very, very intuitive. And I just feel like this was like something that maybe the first time in your life that that you are being shown that someone sees through a situation, that if you went for that job interview, they're like, you're not going to take it. We can see that you're not that interested, that you just want to have a job interview, or you just want to, you're telling somebody, hey, I'm really out there looking, but you're really not interested. Not that much. And it's just sort of like the feeling of having a lot of irons in the fire can make you feel like you're doing something, or make you feel like you're making progress. I definitely know what that is. And it's not really progress. It's just busy work. The moon again, and the Ace of Wands. I feel like this is about getting clear about a pattern that you might be living with, that you think is helping you, but it's really just sucking a lot of energy away from you. So you might be, like I said about the job interview or the starting of a relationship, and you go back around to them, like maybe you kind of took it for granted, like that relationship was always going to be there, or that person wanted to be with you, and so they're never going to walk away, but they kind of walked away. And I kind of get the feeling that you might not have put enough energy into it, or because it's not really what you want. Okay. It might be, it just makes me feel good to have multiple people kind of want to date me. And I don't really want any of them, or I don't really want to go down that road, but I just want to know that I have choices. It makes me feel like I'm doing something or I have progress. I remember when I had a different kind of work that I was doing, I did a lot of video, teaching people how to be on video. And I taught people about using video to communicate about their businesses and, get clients through video. And I remember many times when I would reach out, I would get panicky about not having new clients or projects winding up or something. And so I reached out to all these, potential clients. And none of them had said yes. It was just talk. And it was, that's the sales process, whatever. But I didn't really want to do this work anymore. I was burned out on it. I wanted to do something else, but I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I really wanted. So I kind of just put out the feelers, have a lot of irons in the fire. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. But really at the core of this, it's sort of like this card in the core part of this reading is about, you're really going to be needing to look at what it is you do want, because the universe is like, not going to put up with this bullshit anymore. The universe is like, all this irons in the fire stuff. What's it really getting you? It's not getting you to what you want. It's not getting you happiness. It's just busy work. And it's like I think this is for some of you actually have a commitment issue. Okay. Like I want to date a lot of people. So it looks like, I'm making progress in my life, or I have a social life or something like that. Or maybe I've just gotten divorced and I want to, as quickly as possible, make a lot of inroads, or, do something that looks good. But there's some things that are going on, especially if you have come out of a situation where you kind of feel a little lost, or you feel like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's on the other side of this, but I'm going to do a whole bunch of busy things. And you have had friends like this too, where they go through some kind of big transformation in their life. And right away, one of the first, like a divorce or something, right away, one of the first people they date, they're like, this is it, the love of my life. I knew that was the reason. Like, I want to understand the reason why this other thing happened, the reason why this career path went cold on me, or the reason why this relationship ended. I want to know why. I want to see the logic of the universe. And I think that's a very human thing, that we want to have a narrative that makes sense, okay, to not just to us, but to other people. Sometimes, I know this, like when you go through some kind of big change in your life, other people can be watching you. And I think for a lot of reasons, right? Out of compassion, out of jealousy, out of whatever, it doesn't matter, right? But you kind of feel a little bit under the spotlight. And if you feel pitied at all, and that's something that really rankles you, then there's a sense of like, I want the karmic path to make sense to me. I want to see that I'm the hero of my own journey. I don't want to see that I'm somehow, twisted by the hand of fate and I don't have any choice in the matter. Or this was just something that was a dead end and I stuck with it way too long and I wasted 10 years of my life doing this, or whatever it is. I just get the feeling that some of you, because I definitely know somebody right now, and this is somebody I've known for many years, almost, I think, my whole life, that as soon as a long-term relationship ended, bam, they were in another one. And like, this is the love of my life. And it's just like other people can see it. When you start talking like that, there's something called limerence, where it's way too fast. Okay. True love, because I'm getting the fast card here. And true love comes from, you can have this sense of like, wow, and overwhelming and all of the beautiful limerent kind of dopamine stuff. But at some point, things even out or flatten out, or however you want to say it. And you are faced with the reality of life and navigating a relationship with another human being who's flawed and has problems of their own, and right, never the track runs smooth. So there's something about, this is like a romantic kind of role here where you want it to be exciting and fun, and all of the messiness of real life needs to go away. I just need it to be like a Harlequin romance. I need it to be, what is that? Oh, a Hallmark holiday movie. I need it to be that. And I need everybody else to see that too. I need everybody to be like, wow, this is the romance of a lifetime. Or this is the career path of a lifetime. Oh, it made sense. That whole thing collapsed on you. Not collapsed, but like there was no moment in time when anybody ever said, oh, poor you, or look at you, you're such a mess, or you're in you have a problem, or there's a disaster, or whatever like that. Like, that is unacceptable. I want to, go right from the, hey, I've made this courageous choice, to, hey, look, it's the perfect choice. I want to have that be the trajectory. Now, I will say to you that most people don't see the messiness when something ends and something new begins. But if there's this conversation of, this is the best thing ever, people call bullshit on that. There was a guy who used to do tarot on YouTube, and I really like him. I think he's very talented. But he would fall into, like, he'd go along for 3-4 months, and I thought the readings were very good. I thought very insightful and everything like that. But within 3 or 4 months, this person would always get sucked into the dopamine, clickbaity, the best reading ever. And like, it's not possible for every single Cancer reading to be the best reading ever, right? Like, that just, I can think, wow, lots of wisdom came through that. You can think, hey, that was helpful to me. That's what I think of as the best reading ever. But if you're like going to put it out there as like, everything's wonderful and perfect. And don't look behind the curtain because you might see something a little bit off. People are like, oh, there's something really ugly behind that curtain. It's like you're doing the opposite. You're doing the opposite. People see through bullshit. And as we work on this spiritual path, as we go down this road, like there's no shame in like at some point there's an ending of something and then there's a space or there's a void or there's a depression or it's like everybody has that. You are not the only one who has something that they wish didn't happen or some kind of phase that they feel screwed up about or something like that. Everybody has it. And to constantly be wanting to be seen a certain way, that's an ego battle. This is this may be an ancestral ego battle that says everybody must see me a certain way. Now, I'm not saying you're an egomaniac or anything like that. What I am saying is I really want it to be the perfect choice right after some messiness. I want this person to be the best ever. I want that. I really want that. But what I'm seeing here is I got 3 5s. The one that's missing is the 5 of Swords, which is about manipulation. So I almost feel like this is not something that you're doing or anything like that to twist public opinion about whatever's going on with you. It's not that. It's just that I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want something to be great. Why can't it be great? And so I'm going to manufacture that, or I'm going to try to make it be great. And I almost feel like this full moon in Pisces, if this has happened already in the past, I feel like that full moon in Pisces kind of called bullshit on wanting everything to be perfect. And I almost feel like a little bit of sober reflection would not go amiss. And I almost feel like some of you may be putting a lot of irons in the fire and, this is almost like talking like the magician, like everything. Look at all the things I've got going. Look at everything that's happening. Yeah, I got fired from that job, but look at all these other businesses and companies that want me. I'm starting my own thing. No one's going to get me. No one's going to own me. Like all of that stuff. I really feel like there's no need. This is a lifetime lesson that's being revealed to you that says there's something about sitting quietly in the space and allowing something to be uncomfortable or allowing your feelings of loss to be heard. Because if you jam them down, they're just going to come up in some ugly way at an inopportune time. Okay. I just want to clarify the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. I'm not going to use this. I'm going to keep using this mermaid deck. What's the 5 of Cups about? 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, World, and the 6 of Cups. I feel like some of you have lost a person from your past. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. It could be different for each one of you. But this person has decided to go in a different direction. And that may leave you feeling orphaned. That I feel like you didn't expect that to happen. So you might be having some kind of loss. And I almost feel like you didn't really see that coming. All right. This person has another path to walk. It's like this is not their story, or this is not what their lesson is with you. They have a different lesson with you. There's something about intuition here, something about healing. There's a different path that they have, and you've chosen to go in this direction. So that person had to go because that's not the thing you have together. It's really not. What's this 5 of Pentacles? 8 of Swords, Sun, 10 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands. I feel like there's some kind of mindset here, whether it's, so number one, there's a person who might be leaving your life because you've chosen to go down a certain road or chosen to have a lot of irons in the fire or something like that. and that business opportunity or that person just kind of wandered away or said, well, that's not what we are supposed to be doing together, so I guess I need to move on. In terms of financial resources, I think there's a lot of opportunity coming up here, but I feel like because of this spreading your energy too thin, this is the mindset of having a lot of irons in the fire. You may be pushing away some kind of abundance. Okay, so the moon is trying to show you the one direction, one ring to rule them all. All right, so let's keep going. I'm going to look about this person that's walking away and then this opportunity for the 10 of Pentacles, and we'll see how we can work with this. All right, Cancer, link is below if this is your reading. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.